What's up, Sonic fans? Let's talk about everything we know about Sonic 4 so far, starting with the cast. Who will be in Sonic 4? Now, it's still early, so nothing is officially confirmed, but it's a safe bet that Ben Schwartz, Colleen O'Shaughnessey, and Idris Elba will be back in their roles. They've been the heart and soul of the Sonic movies so far, and I can't imagine Sonic 4 without our iconic trio. Come on. On the directing side, Jeff Fowler will return to helm the project, keeping the vision consistent across the series. And of course, one of the most exciting potential returns is Keanu Reeves as Shadow the Hedgehog. After that jaw-dropping Super Sonic and Super Shadow scene, man, my theater was going nuts. But what about the supporting cast? James Marsden and Tika Sumpter, play Tom and Maddie, are expected to return, though their roles might shrink as the focus shifts even more towards Sonic's world. It's only natural as the franchise leans into the game's iconic characters, and every single movie adds more and more characters, taking away more and more screen time from Tom and Maddie, and listen, I'm not complaining about that. Agent Stone could be returning as well, especially if Jim Carrey comes back as Robotnik. Now, let's talk about Amy Rose. Her inclusion is a no-brainer after that post-credit scene, but the question is, who will play her? Fans have been fan casting left and right, and one name that keeps popping up a lot is Anna Kendrick. And honestly, I think she'd be perfect for the role. I think that she has the energy and the wit to bring Amy to life, but my personal pick, I want to see Anya Taylor-Joy in the role. Listen, she's played several iconic characters now. I want to see her put her voice on Amy Rose. What about Jim Carrey as Dr. Robotnik, though? Here's where things get a little tricky. In Sonic 3, Robotnik seemed to meet his end after he and Shadow destroyed that Eclipse cannon. Jim Carrey had already retired from acting, but came back for Sonic 3. Carrey also said he's open to returning for Sonic 4. In an interview with Screen Rant, Jim Carrey said, "I don't want to say for sure, but it always comes down to what's happening in the moment. And the guys, Toby Asher and Jeff Fowler, call me up and say, we have this idea, what do you think? And where we can take Robotnik." So it really comes down to that. I'm not against it. There's also concept art from Sonic 3 showing Robotnik alongside Metal Sonic. That suggests that the writers may have had plans for Eggman's return all along, possibly through some kind of contingency plan with Metal Sonic. Could Agent Stone, Robotnik's loyal assistant, play a bigger role this time too? Who knows? New characters and possibilities. Speaking of Metal Sonic, he'll absolutely be a central character after the Sonic 3 post-credit. All the Metal Sonic showed up there. But Sonic 4's logo features a pink 4, which hints at Amy having a big involvement. And Metal Sonic's rivalry with the blue blur is the perfect next step. But hold on. Where the heck is Rouge the Bat? Rouge was a standout character in Sonic Adventure 2, but she hasn't appeared in the movies just yet. Maybe they're saving her for Sonic 5 or a Shadow-focused spin-off series. There's also speculation that her introduction could tie into Gunn's storyline, or maybe in the movie continuity, she's from the future. That brings us to today's sponsor, BetterHelp. A great resource for tackling challenges like navigating the past and future, or keeping life balanced when you're juggling work, school, and fandom theories. As we kick off 2025, it can feel overwhelming to live up to the expectations of making big, immediate changes in our lives. Whether it's social pressures, internal expectations, or the fear of falling behind, it's easy to feel stuck or anxious about where we should be in life. And I can totally relate. Running a YouTube channel is no easy thing, and there have definitely been times where I've felt behind my peers, but getting a therapist was one of the greatest decisions I've ever made in my life. Now I'm less focused on comparing and more focused on creating. Working with a therapist can help untangle those external pressures from your own values, so you can build a personalized timeline that feels authentic and realistic for you. They can also help you break down those vague feelings of being behind into clear, actionable steps and develop tools to measure your progress on your own terms. BetterHelp makes it easier to get started. It's fully online, and you can match with a therapist in as little as a couple of days by filling out a simple questionnaire. With a network of over 30,000 licensed professionals from a wide range of specialties, you're sure to find someone who understands you. Plus, you can switch therapists anytime at no extra cost. I like the sound of that one. Start fresh any day of the year with BetterHelp. Click the link in the description or go to betterhelp.com/geeklygoods to get 10% off your first month of therapy. Trust me, you won't regret it. Now, let's get back to the video. So when is Sonic 4 coming out? Well, let's talk about that release date because we just got it, guys. Sonic 4 is officially slated for March 4th, 2027. That's a little bit of a wait, but it follows the trend of early year releases for the franchise, besides Sonic 3, of course, which dropped in December recently. And Sonic 3 was a massive hit, setting box office records for the franchise and holding its own against Disney's Mufasa. With expectations through the roof, it's clear that Sonic 4 is aiming to be even bigger. So what will Sonic 4 be about? Sonic 2 pulled elements from Sonic 3 and Knuckles, as well as Sonic the Hedgehog 2, and incorporated the Master Emerald. Sonic 3 pulled from Sonic Adventure 2. And with that post-credit scene including Amy Rose and Metal Sonic, Sonic 4 seems poised to explore Sonic CD. There's even speculation that elements from Sonic Heroes could come into play. Imagine a final act where Metal Sonic transforms into Metal Overlord and all of Team Sonic has to take him down, Shadow included. Yo, listen, that would be fire. I can see Metal Overlord or maybe even Chaos like being a huge villain for this franchise anyway, like a Thanos, if you will. There's also some really cool and wild fan theories for the Sonic 4 plot. Reddit user Hyper Crisis predicted that Robotnik would build a ton of Metal Sonics and one of them would go haywire, similar to Ultron in Age of Ultron, and that one would then hijack the army of Metal Sonic prototypes and try to take over the world. Very Age of Ultron-esque. I really like that. Very Terminator-ish. I like that idea. And then another user from Reddit says that they think that Agent Stone will join Gunn and use their resources to build an army of Metal Sonics to take on Sonic. Listen, I like these ideas. I really like that first one, but what do you guys think? There's a lot of potential, and I'll be breaking down more fan theories in an upcoming video, so stay tuned. Is Sonic 4 the end of the road? Movie scooper Cryptic 4K Qual took to Twitter to suggest that Sonic 4 could be the final movie. He says that it's potentially the final, but that doesn't mean it's the end for the franchise. There's some spin-offs, like maybe a Paramount Plus Shadow-centric show or a series focusing on Tails that are possible. I had to guess they're probably already in the trenches working on a Shadow the Hedgehog spin. Jeff Fowler worked on the game, the Shadow the Hedgehog game, so more than likely they'll explore Shadow's past. A Tails spinoff could be in the cards though. I wouldn't be upset about that. Still, if Sonic 4 performs like Sonic 3 or even better, it's hard to imagine that Paramount wouldn't want a Sonic 5. Shadow will probably return, Robotnik will probably return, Amy Rose is gonna join Team Sonic, Metal Sonic is gonna be the next main villain, and the plot will likely focus on Sonic CD and Sonic Heroes, and it's coming out March 2027. Thank you guys so much for checking out the video. Hit that subscribe button for more Sonic news and updates, and we'll see you next time on Geekly Goods.